A small village sat deep in the hills, far from the city, where nights were always too quiet and people locked their doors before midnight without question. There was only one road leading in and out, and at the end of that road stood an old wooden bridge that crossed a narrow river. The villagers had one rule: never cross the bridge after 1 a.m. No one explained why, and no one dared to ask. A young man named Ryan had recently moved there, and like most outsiders, he didn't believe in superstitions. On his third night, he was returning home late when he noticed the time, 1:12 a.m. As he approached the bridge, he remembered the warning and smiled to himself, thinking it was just another village myth. The bridge looked normal, old but stable, with wooden planks creaking slightly under the wind. Ryan stepped onto it without hesitation, his footsteps echoing softly in the silence. Halfway across, he felt something strange. The air suddenly became cold, and the sound of the river below seemed to fade away. Everything went quiet, too quiet. Ryan stopped walking and looked around, but there was nothing unusual, just darkness and the faint outline of the trees. Then he heard footsteps, not his own. Someone else was walking on the bridge behind him, slow, heavy. Ryan turned around quickly, expecting to see another villager, but the bridge was empty. His heart started to race. "Hello?" he called out, his voice sounding louder than it should have in the silence. No answer. He shook his head, telling himself it was just his imagination, and turned back to continue walking. But the moment he took another step, the footsteps returned. This time closer, right behind him. Ryan froze. He could feel it now, someone standing just inches away. He slowly turned his head, but before he could fully look back, a voice whispered near his ear, "You shouldn't cross." Ryan jumped forward in fear and ran toward the end of the bridge, his footsteps pounding against the wood. The sound behind him followed, matching his pace perfectly. When he finally reached the other side, he didn't stop. He ran all the way home, slammed the door, and locked it. His chest heaved as he tried to calm down, convincing himself it was just fear playing tricks on him. The next morning, Ryan went to ask the villagers about the bridge. When he told them what happened, their faces went pale. An old woman looked at him and said quietly, "You heard it. That means it followed you." Ryan frowned. "What do you mean?" he asked, but no one answered. That night, Ryan tried to sleep, but something felt wrong. At exactly 1:12 a.m., he woke up to a sound inside his house. Footsteps, slow, heavy, walking across the wooden floor. Ryan sat up in bed, his heart pounding. "Hello?" he called out, but his voice shook. The footsteps stopped. Silence filled the room. Then, from just outside his bedroom door, the same whisper came again, clearer this time. "You crossed the bridge." Ryan stared at the door, too scared to move. The handle slowly began to turn. The door creaked open by itself, revealing nothing but darkness in the hallway. But the footsteps started again, entering the room, moving closer to his bed. Ryan backed up until he hit the wall, his eyes fixed on the empty space in front of him. Then the mattress sank slightly, as if someone had just sat down beside him. He felt cold air brush against his face. And then, right next to his ear, the voice whispered, "Now you don't leave." The next morning, the villagers noticed Ryan's house was open. When they went inside, they found the place empty. Ryan was gone. The only strange thing was the faint sound of footsteps echoing inside the house, even though no one was there. Since then, no one in the village has crossed that bridge after 1 a.m. And sometimes, late at night, people say they hear footsteps behind them, even when they are completely alone, reminding them that once you cross that bridge, it doesn't let you go.